Hey, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a pretty crazy what if, and that's what if Naruto had a wind Kekkei. I'm not talking about he learns wind style early. Naruto is going to be out here with wind chakra that moves on its own, just like Gaara's sand, an automatic defense, constant protection, and it can attack without him even thinking. So let's get into the video. We start where we always start, the day Naruto is born. Minato and Kushina are in that delivery room. Everything is normal until Obito pulls up and takes Naruto, forcing Minato to make a move. And then, as you already know, the Nine Tails extraction happens and chaos erupts through the village. But here's the first major difference. When Obito yanks baby Naruto up, the instant his hands touch the newborn, the air around Naruto snaps like a whip. Like the room itself suddenly gets offended. A swirling pressure builds up, like a miniature tornado is forming around the baby. It's that quiet pressure that makes your bones feel wrong. Papers lift, the curtains pull, the lights flicker. Even Obito pauses, because this isn't normal. He tries to slap an explosive tag on Naruto, and a sharp gust of wind whistles through the air. The tag gets sliced clean in half by a blade of wind so thin you couldn't even see it. Obito's singular eye narrows behind the mask, and he curses inwardly. He wonders, has the fourth already done something to protect the boy? Minato teleports in, snatches Naruto away, and the moment Naruto is back in Minato's arms, the wind wraps around them like a protective coat, almost like it recognizes him as safe. Minato doesn't have time to overthink this, as he has much bigger problems right now. The Nine Tails gets unleashed, and the village goes into full panic mode. And we reach the same brutal choice. Seal Kurama into Naruto. But Minato notices something. When the Nine Tails chakra surges near the infant, Naruto's wind reacts to it. It presses back like it's trying to keep the chakra from swallowing the child's body. This makes Minato realize two things. Naruto's body is going to be under insane pressure as a Jinchuriki if he doesn't manage to seal it back into Kushina, and the wind ability that he seems to have might be the only reason Naruto would be able to survive the seal. Long term, without being torn apart. But he fails to save himself, and he seals Kurama like cannon, half into Naruto and half into himself. Kushina had Kurama's claw through her stomach, and feels the wind swirl around Naruto like a blanket, and manages a weak smile. He's protected, she thinks. And then they're gone. The third Hokage arrives soon after, and picks up the child and brings him to the hospital. Here's the thing, in canon, Naruto gets treated like trash because of the Nine Tails. However, in this timeline, it's worse, because the Nine Tails is a rumor people whisper about, but Naruto's wind, they can see it, they can feel it. When Naruto gets upset as a toddler, the wind spikes. When he gets scared, the wind wraps around him. When someone throws something at him, it doesn't hit. It stops midair, gets pushed away, or gets deflected like the air is swatting it aside. So, the villagers don't just think Naruto is dangerous, they think he's haunted. Little Naruto grows up hearing the same words over and over again. Don't go near him, that kid isn't normal. His eyes, that wind, it's like something is guarding him. Maybe it's that monster. He doesn't understand any of it. All he knows is people back away from him. And the wind, well, that never leaves him. At first, it's small, like a breeze tugging at his jacket. But whenever he's threatened, it moves. It grows stronger. Naruto learns early that if he clenches his fists and focuses, the wind listens. He can make it swirl faster, make it shove something, make it lift dust into someone's eyes. But the scary part is, it works even when he doesn't focus. Just like Gaara's sand, it has an instinct. and Naruto starts treating it like a friend. After all, he doesn't have any of those. When he's alone at night in that empty apartment, he'll talk to it. Are you still here? The wind answers by circling him once, gently, and that becomes Naruto's first real bond. Not Iruka, not the village, not Kakashi. Fast forward to the academy. Naruto is still Naruto. Loud, messy, desperate for attention. But the difference is, he's not the dead last anymore. Well, technically he is. He isn't passing the clone tests, because he still doesn't have very good chakra control. However, he is stronger. Even if Naruto is bad at theory, and still struggles with hand signs, in physical training and sparring, he is a huge problem, because the wind covers his mistakes. Someone tries to sweep his legs, the wind slows down the attack, and nudges their attack sideways. Someone throws a kunai, and the wind tilts it away. If someone charges at him, the wind slows them down, allowing Naruto to dodge. So Naruto starts winning fights that he really shouldn't, and this changes how the class views him. They still don't like him because he's annoying, but they don't treat him like a joke, because you can laugh at a class clown. However, you can't laugh at a clown that's surrounded by invisible blades. Sasuke noticed first, because Sasuke is used to being the one everyone talks about. And now, there's this loud blonde kid who can't shut up, but when they spar, Sasuke can't touch him, not cleanly. At first, Sasuke tells himself he's just lucky, and when he gets the Sharingan, he'll be able to beat him easily. But even then, Naruto's wind shoves Sasuke's punches off course, and Sasuke always loses out in the fractions of a second. Naruto grins like an idiot every time he wins. That was close, Sasuke, you almost hit me. Sasuke would back up, staring like Naruto had insulted his bloodline. The girls would scream at Naruto, because how dare he do that to their Sasuke. However, this is when the rivalry really becomes real. Meanwhile, teachers are confused. Iruka watches Naruto stumble through basic clones, not even forming proper ones. However, he then watches Naruto casually block a thrown shuriken without looking. How does he have the chakra control that precise and still fail the clone jutsu? The answer is, it's not chakra control, it's automatic, he's not even doing it consciously. Naruto's wind is doing almost all the work of keeping him alive. And the thing is, Naruto doesn't even know how broken that is yet. So much so, that it's affecting the fundamentals, something that he'll need to fix later. As we fast forward to graduation, Naruto still fails the clone tests, and still gets manipulated by Mizuki. He still learns the Shadow Clone Jutsu after stealing the scroll. But this time, it goes way worse for Mizuki. When Mizuki pulls up to try and take the scroll by force, Naruto's wind feels the danger and spikes instantly. Mizuki throws the giant shuriken like usual, however, the wind catches it. Not just stopping it, catching it. It hangs for a split second, vibrating like it's trapped in a pressure field, and then it gets launched sideways into a tree, hard enough to split the bark. Mizuki's eyes go wide. Naruto looks behind him, confused. He didn't even do that. Mizuki tries to rush Naruto with a kunai. Naruto panics, throws up his arms, and the wind turns into a swirling barrier. Mizuki slams into it like he ran into a wall. Naruto's fear flips into anger, and when Naruto gets angry, the wind gets sharp. Naruto forms hand seals and does the Shadow Clone Jutsu, and they explode into the clearing like a crowd of chaos goblins. And Mizuki gets jumped so hard, Iruka almost feels bad. Almost. Iruka arrives, seeing Naruto just standing there, wind swirling like a cloak. And for the first time, he doesn't just see the fox, he sees a kid. A kid who just wants someone to believe in him. Iruka gives Naruto the headband, and Naruto stares at it like it's holy. The wind calms, almost proud, and lets Iruka touch the young blonde. They then go out for ramen after, of course. The team assignments then happen, and yes, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, because Naruto was still last place and he had terrible chakra control, so he basically failed. Kakashi walks in late, like always, and he acts bored, just like always. But the moment he steps into the classroom this time, his visible eye flicks to Naruto, because Kakashi feels it. The subtle pressure in the air, like the atmosphere is guarding a target. Sasuke notices Kakashi's attention and gets annoyed immediately. He's only paying attention to Naruto, not me. I need to get stronger. I need to be Itachi. On the rooftop, introductions still happen, and Naruto still says he wants to be Hokage. Sasuke still says things about revenge, and Sakura still says, well, Sakura things. But Kakashi's brain is running calculations. He knows Naruto has abnormal chakra, and he can feel something moving around him. That defense, it's almost like it's automatic. It's even reacting to my hostile intent, he thinks. He then explains that they'll be doing a survival exercise the next day, and to meet at the training grounds. The next day comes, and he explains the bell test after arriving late. However, this is the change. Kakashi doesn't just test teamwork, although that stays the passing criteria. He tests Naruto's wind. He throws surprise shuriken barrages at Naruto from behind, but Naruto doesn't even flinch. The wind catches the shuriken, redirects them into the dirt in a perfect circle. Kakashi pauses, muttering, "That's annoying." Soon after, Sasuke charges out the bushes at Kakashi. He wants to prove something. He wants to prove he can be the strongest on the team. He throws a clean combo. Kakashi doesn't get hit once. However, Sasuke does manage to touch a bell. However, this annoys Sasuke. He wanted more than this. He had to pass the test. He had to become a ninja. Once again, Kakashi focuses his attention on Naruto. And once again, the wind wrapped around Naruto's body and pushed Kakashi back, like a shove from an invisible giant. So, Kakashi forces teamwork harder than canon. He wants Naruto to show his true capabilities. He sets up traps that require Sakura's brain, Sasuke's precision, Naruto's clones, and Naruto's new defense that becomes a shield for the team. Unlike before, when the time runs out, Sakura is tied to the post. However, they still pass because Naruto and Sasuke offer their food. After becoming Geni, they do loads of D-rank missions, and Naruto decides it's enough and he wants a higher ranked one. In the Hokage's office, he throws a tantrum and finally gets himself a C-ranked mission for Team 7, and the Tarzana mission happens. After they leave, they walk past a puddle genjutsu, and the Demon Brothers attack. Naruto panics, however, the wind doesn't. When the Demon Brothers swing their chains at him, the wind snaps outwards. One of them gets blasted into a tree. The other gets his chain deflected and slammed into the ground so hard it dents. Naruto blinks. "Naruto, did you just..." Sakura asks. "Yep, I'm so awesome," Naruto replied. Sasuke was just standing there, seething in anger. Kakashi is growing curious about Naruto's power, but he's also concerned. He seriously seemed to lack basic fighting ability. Even if his stamina was good from all the pranks, he has no fighting technique. This wind is actually stunting the boy's growth, Kakashi thinks. Everything is being done automatically. He needs more training, but he wasn't sure how to give it. Later in the mission, Zabuza arrives, and the first clash happens. Kakashi gets trapped in the water prison, like canon, and Sasuke and Naruto attempt to free him. But Naruto's wind changes the dynamic. When Zabuza tries to pressure them with killing intent, Naruto's wind rises like a wall behind him. It doesn't erase the fear, Naruto still feels it, but it gives Naruto something he never had in canon. Stability. An extra defense that helped him, even mentally. He isn't shaking the same way. Naruto makes clones. Sasuke throws the shuriken trick, and Naruto adds wind to this. He compresses the air around the shuriken line, so the shuriken flies faster. After Naruto's clone transforms back, he throws the kunai, and Zabuza's arm is forced to loosen. This allows Kakashi to escape, and the fight ends just like canon, with Haku, quote-unquote, killing Zabuza. But when Naruto watches Haku carry Zabuza away, Naruto's wind bristles, like it senses something is off. Naruto turns to Kakashi. "That masked guy?" he asks. "Yeah, that wasn't normal," Kakashi says. And Sasuke watches Naruto be taken seriously, whilst he did little to nothing. Just throw the shuriken. All the ideas came from Naruto. Kakashi then faints from the Sharingan overuse and is brought to Tazuna's house, and that's when the training arc happens, tree walking. Naruto learns faster than in canon, because the wind helps him stabilize his body when he slips, so he takes less physical damage, sort of like training wheels. The wind also seems to try and guide his chakra, albeit very, very faintly. It's not like the wind could give him perfect chakra control after all. He still struggles, but he's not failing as hard. Kakashi also drilled basic combat stances and attacks into Naruto to establish some basics, and ordered Naruto to continue chakra control. He did this secretly to try and keep team harmony. He didn't want Sasuke to think he was favouring Naruto, and it also helped because Naruto was grasping the tree walking slower. This allowed Sasuke and Naruto to complete the exercise at the same time. The Battle of the Bridge happens, just as usual, and Naruto oversleeps from all of his training. He manages to catch Inari being kidnapped, and knocks the two bandits unconscious. For a couple of bandits, his Winkeka Genkai wasn't even necessary. On the bridge, Sasuke and Haku have been brawling it out, and it seemed like Sasuke was gaining the upper hand. However, just as Sasuke thought he was faster than Haku, ice mirrors began to form around them, and Sasuke was suddenly on the back foot. No matter what he did to Haku, he was always out of reach. Haku traps Sasuke, just like in canon, and is hitting him with Senbon from all over the place, making Sasuke bleed. This is when Naruto rushes in shouting. He charges into the mirrors to help Sasuke, to the horror of Kakashi, but this time, unlike when he was just a complete liability, Naruto's wind can interact with the mirrors. It can sense the airflow changes when Haku moves. Naruto closes his eyes, focuses, really feels the wind. And it becomes a new kind of ability, almost precognition like the Sharingan. Haku appears, and Naruto turns before Haku even strikes. Wind lashes out and Haku gets clipped. Not badly, but just enough to surprise him. Haku realizes that Naruto can follow his movements, and that changes everything. Despite the wind blocking most attacks, Haku slowly began breaking through, using his speed to attack Naruto before the wind could help. Sasuke still sacrifices himself in front of Naruto, because Sasuke, despite the jealousy, isn't heartless. And he also awakens his Sharingan thinking, why now? My brother is still out there, Sasuke says weakly. Don't let your dream die, Naruto. Sasuke's body then goes limp. Naruto snaps. His wind would have deflected it, at least enough to miss his vitals. Yet Sasuke went and did that. The Nine-Tails chakra starts leaking, and the wind reacts to it. like oil to fire. Naruto becomes a storm with red energy inside it. He breaks the mirrors, not by brute force, but by compressing wind pressure until mirrors fracture. Haku is forced out, the wind simply too strong for him. Naruto pins him, with wind pressure like an invisible hand. But when Naruto sees Haku's blank face, talking about being a tool, he hesitates. And that hesitation keeps Naruto from killing him. Haku sees Kakashi about to kill Zabuza with the Chidori. Zabuza then has his moment after Kakashi kills Haku, after he got in the way of the attack. Gato arrives, and Zabuza chooses honor, and slays Gato and many of his men. This is when the wave arc ends. Back in the Leaf, the Chunin exams get announced. In canon, Naruto is desperate to prove himself. But here, Naruto still wants to prove himself, but now people are watching, thinking, is that the monster with the wind thing? He doesn't know how the villagers will react to his increased strength. Over the week until registration, the whole Konohamaru and the Sand Ninja thing happens. However, this time, Naruto stops it. When Kankuro tries to grab Naruto, the wind lashes out at him, which startles him and leaves him with a small bleeding gash on his hand. Gaara arrives, and the moment Gaara sees Naruto, his sand twitches, because Gaara's sand is alive with instinct too. It recognizes something similar. Naruto and Gaara lock eyes for a second, and you can feel the comparison forming. Sand versus wind. Ultimate shield versus ultimate shield. They part ways without conflict, but there is an unspoken rivalry brewing. Over the rest of the week, Naruto trains basic taijutsu, strength training with weights, and continues tree walking. The wave had opened his eyes. He couldn't always rely on the wind. The whole thing at registration still happens, with Sasuke and Lee fighting. However, Naruto doesn't butt in this time. He doesn't need to, because he knows how strong he is. They finally make it to the written exam. Naruto still uses his confidence method. He doesn't cheat well, but he also doesn't panic like in canon, because he's not used to being helpless anymore. Maybe if he was smarter, he would have used the wind to sense the hand movements of those around him, and figure out the answers, but Naruto isn't quite there yet. Just like usual, the 10th question is given, and Naruto passes after giving his speech. Anko bursts in, and the Forest of Death begins. Everything sort of remains the same. Orochimaru targets Sasuke, like in canon, but Naruto being stronger changes something big. When Orochimaru's killing attempt hits Team 7, Naruto's wind flares, automatically wrapping Sasuke and Sakura too, giving them a sense of protection. Sakura feels it like a warm pressure. Sasuke feels it like an insult. The fight goes similar at first. Sasuke is fighting by himself because Orochimaru has decided to separate Naruto with his snake summon. And even with Sasuke Sharingan active, he can't hit Orochimaru, who is disguised as a grass ninja. Meanwhile, Naruto finished fighting the snake. He used his wind and clones to explode the snake's insides, and immediately rushed towards Orochimaru. The moment Orochimaru was lunging at Sasuke to deliver a final blow, Naruto arrived with an axe kick to Orochimaru's head. His taijutsu had improved by leaps in this small amount of time, and real combat would only further enhance it. Orochimaru, furious at the blonde's sudden interruption, tries to slam him into the ground. But when Orochimaru tries to grab Naruto's face, the wind repels him, and this is when Orochimaru's eyes widen. "You're interesting," he says, his interest spiking after seeing this mysterious ability. Orochimaru bites Sasuke in a lightning-fast movement, and the curse mark happens, knocking Sasuke out. Then Orochimaru turns his attention to his new plaything. Naruto goes crazy after seeing Sasuke get attacked. But here's the twist. Naruto's wind acts like a filter for the Nine-Tails chakra. It doesn't let Naruto fully lose himself. The wind simply repelled Orochimaru, stopping the seal from happening, and Naruto grows stronger. He attacks Orochimaru with the wind blades, and clone fades. Orochimaru would still win, however, because he would launch a devastating punch bypassing the wind with raw strength. This knocks Naruto out. Orochimaru stands over Naruto and says, "Grow quickly. You don't have the ability to beat me yet, but I may want you to. Though, you remind me of that fool Jiraiya." Sakura, like usual, brings the two to the cave and sets them down. Naruto is out cold, and every time he wakes up, the Nine-Tails chakra battles with the wind, ultimately knocking him out once again, although the wind was getting closer and closer to quelling the red chakra. The whole sound ninja thing happens, and Sakura attempts to beat them, but obviously can't. Lee jumps in and loses to them, and finally, Sasuke wakes up with the curse mark, and beats the sound ninja with ease, even breaking Zaku's arms. After they make it to the tower and unseal the scrolls, Iruka greets them by telling them they did a good job. They have a short rest, and then the prelim fights happen. They all basically go the same. Sasuke wins, Sakura draws, Shikamaru wins, Temari wins. But Naruto's fight is completely different. Naruto still fights Kiba, but is completely different. After the proctor said begin, Kiba charges with a fang over fang. Kiba hits Naruto once, but only from Kiba's point of view. The wind absorbed the impact like a cushion, and Kiba bounced off it like he hit a mattress of air. Naruto's wind shoves Kiba sideways, mid-spin. Kiba faceplants. Naruto rushes in and attacks Kiba with the basics he'd been drilling into himself. Punches, kicks, dodging, and even guarding, even if he had the shield. Each attack was infused with wind, and each time Kiba tried to beat him, the attack was reflected, and it injured Kiba even more. With a final punch, the wind responded to his will, and Naruto knocked Kiba out by smashing him into the arena wall. The crowd is louder than in canon, not because Naruto is surprising, but because Naruto is scary. Sasuke looks at Naruto afterwards and realizes, if Naruto fought me now, I'd probably lose, even if I used the curse mark. Meanwhile, with Hinata and Neji, Naruto blocks at the last moment before Neji can end Hinata, and Naruto stared with fury in his eyes. He vows to beat Neji, and Hinata is carried off in a stretcher. Lee and Gaara still have their epic fight, with Guy stopping Gaara before he killed Lee. Then, the finals were announced. Neji is still scheduled to fight Naruto. Gaara is still fighting Sasuke, and everything is lining up the same. The training month comes, and Kakashi still chooses Sasuke for Chidori, because Gaara is a huge problem. Sasuke is thankful for that, finally, some special attention. Naruto, just like in canon, feels left out, but not because he's weak, because he wants acknowledgement. Why was Kakashi training Sasuke only? Sure, he had the Sharingan, but it still felt unfair. So, Naruto starts roaming, frustrated, and that's when Jiraiya appears. Jiraiya sees Naruto's wind immediately. He steps into Naruto's personal space to test him, and the wind pushes him back. Jiraiya laughs. "Oh, "So you're the one?" Naruto's like, The one what?" Jiraiya then says, "The one I'm supposed to babysit." Naruto, tick marks forming. "Who are you calling a baby?" Jiraiya introduces himself and mentions Minato casually, and that makes Naruto freeze. Because Naruto doesn't hear the fourth Hokage's name often. Then, Jiraiya offers training, saying he was the one who trained the fourth, and he's a legendary Sannin himself. Naruto instantly accepts, because why wouldn't he? Jiraiya now has more time to teach Naruto, so he can do so much more. He focuses on one key thing. Naruto's wind is automatic. That's good for survival, but terrible for control. Naruto relies on it still, even if he has improved. And so, Jiraiya trains Naruto like this. He forces Naruto into situations where the wind can't do everything. Fighting in enclosed spaces where airflow is limited. Fighting with weighted seals to disrupt chakra flow. Fighting blindfolded to sharpen sensory use of air currents. Naruto complains non-stop, but he improves fast. He also learns the summoning jutsu like usual, and water walking alongside genjutsu dispelling. Jiraiya also teaches Naruto a trick he might be able to use. Wind threads, he calls it. Thin currents Naruto can extend like invisible wires to feel movement around him. Naruto starts sensing like Gaara does with sand, and during this month, Naruto begins learning a prototype of the Rasengan, earlier than canon. Jiraiya sees him as a worthy student with crazy chakra, and he wanted to see what the boy was truly capable of. Naruto hadn't fully mastered this Rasengan, because his control was still sloppy, but he gets the concept. He also creates something absolutely wild. When Naruto tries to form a Rasengan, the Rasengan destabilizes itself and becomes a spiraling tornado ball for 1 second. Jiraiya's eyes widen. That was the Rasengan, but with the wind element in it. Not even he could add chakra nature to a Rasengan. Not even the fourth Hokage could. "Don't do that again, until you can control it," Jiraiya says. Naruto smiles, "So it's strong?" Jiraiya replies, "It's suicidal." Naruto's smile widens even more, laughing, "So it's strong." He now had a sort of powerful ace, and he wasn't sure about that promise of not using it. After the month, the finals begin, and Naruto still faces Neji. Neji still has the whole fate ideology, and he still looks down on Naruto. But unlike in canon, he doesn't see him as weak, not after all the time he had to think about what he saw Naruto do in the preliminaries. Neji sees Naruto as chaos, a being that didn't fit into his ideology, and so he wanted to reject him. Naruto fights with his wind defense and clones. Neji tries to use the gentle fist, but landing clean hits is harder because the wind keeps on shifting Naruto's body just enough to reduce the damage and miss the chakra points. And that's only when the attack is powerful enough to get through his defenses. Neji adapts and targets gaps Naruto has with his maximum chakra output, putting a huge burden on his reserves. Naruto gets hit, and his chakra points get disrupted. Naruto's wind becomes even more aggressive to compensate. It starts moving like a living animal defending a wounded packmate. Naruto, struggling to mold chakra, starts relying on wind without chakra-heavy jutsu. He lets it push him, spin him, slide him. He becomes a wind fighter, dodging with gusts, striking with pressure, and Neji realizes it's almost like fighting a ghost. Naruto, finally getting a hold on his chakra again, lands a hit. Compressed wind to the ribs. Neji coughs, and Naruto finishes it with a half-formed Rasengan, not keeping his promise to Jiraiya. Jiraiya would definitely be furious at the blonde, because if it was complete, it would probably kill Neji, Neji goes down, and Naruto holds a kunai to his neck. After all, the incomplete jutsu would only injure Neji. Naruto wins. Sasuke's fight goes the same. He shows up in the same usual way, late and in a gust of wind with Kakashi. The fight begins and he can't break through Gaara's defenses, so he resorts to his new secret weapon, the Chidori. He charges it up and runs at top speed and thrusts it into Gaara's defense. He breaks through and Gaara screams, "My blood." Then, Gaara runs away, half transformed. Sasuke immediately chases. This is when the sand and sound attack the village. They put the entire arena under a genjutsu. Naruto manages to save a few villagers, which will result in his image becoming slightly better, but it was only a couple. Orochimaru traps Hiruzen in the barrier, and their deathmatch begins. Naruto chases Gaara faster, because Kakashi assigns him the mission faster due to not being caught in the genjutsu. The wind was responding to his will and propelled him like a jet burst. Naruto catches up quicker and stops Sasuke from getting major damage, although the curse mark had begun to spread and was already halfway across his body. This is where sand versus wind becomes a crazy battle. Gaara's sand shield versus Naruto's wind barrier. Sand tries to crush Naruto, and the wind pushes back, although it seems to be losing ground. Trees snap from the force of the air and sand, grinding together. But Naruto realizes something mid-clash. Gaara's sand is heavily defensive because it's slow. His wind is versatile. So Naruto changes strategy. He stops trying to overpower the redhead. He starts eroding. He forms wind currents around Gaara's sand shield, spinning like a drill, slowly stripping it layer by layer, like sandpaper on stone. Gaara panics seeing this. Naruto hits him with words like a cannon, about loneliness, about pain, but Naruto's tone is different. Gaara's not searching for acknowledgement anymore. He's speaking like someone who understands what it means to be feared, and Gaara cracks. Gaara begins to lose control, refusing to believe in Naruto's words, and Shukaku emerges. Naruto summons Gamabunta, like in canon, with the Nine-Tails chakra leaking ever so slightly. Naruto uses wind to amplify Gamabunta's leaps and stabilize his landings, although it was putting immense strain on his chakra coils. The fight ends with Naruto headbutting Gaara awake, like a cannon. But he didn't even need to use the Nine-Tails chakra, showing just how strong Naruto is. Gaara still lives, but he looks at Naruto like, "You have something, and you didn't let it turn you into me." "You have people who care about you, Gaara," Naruto would say, and his two siblings would come to defend him, but would end up retreating after Gaara admits defeat. Naruto returns to the village as a hero, and for the first time the villagers don't just see the fox, they see the boy that protected them. However, all is not well in the leaf. Orochimaru kills Hiruzen just like in canon, and the village mourns. Naruto is furious. He beat Gaara, but the old man was gone. The Tsunade search arc begins, as Jiraiya is told he needs to find a new Hokage. Jiraiya takes Naruto. Naruto trains more on the road. He improves the Rasengan faster than in canon, and is close to completing the jutsu, although he's still struggling with the compression. The wind is still influencing his chakra to help Naruto mold and control it better. He also manages to improve his wind control enough to start doing something crazy. Wind armor layering. Not just a barrier around him, but close to skin wind field that redirects impacts and boosts movement speed. It's sort of like Gaara's sand armor. It's like a constant mini Susanoo, but made of air. They meet Tsunade, and like in canon, she insults the Hokage, and Naruto challenges her. However, the fight changes, because Naruto can actually pressure her. He uses clones to distract, and wind currents to mess with her footing. Tsunade is a little impressed, but she hides it behind insults. She ends up getting stopped by Jiraiya after Naruto tried to use the incomplete Rasengan on her. This resulted in her almost using a full-strength punch on him, which would have killed him. They then make their bet, as usual, that Naruto won't be able to complete the Rasengan within the week. Naruto returns to the hotel room, and he is attacked by Itachi and Kisame. This plays out quite similar, because Naruto really doesn't have a chance to fight. Sasuke appears after hearing Itachi was after Naruto, and is still beaten by Itachi. Jiraiya and Guy come in and save the two from the Akatsuki members, and this stops the two from going after Naruto again, and they leave. The whole Orochimaru versus Jiraiya and Kabuto versus Tsunade and Naruto fight happens, and because Naruto is scared of blood, Naruto stops Kabuto in her place. Naruto still learns the Rasengan here, but this time, no clones were needed. And the moment Naruto completes it, the wind instinctively wraps around it. Not cutting it, not destroying it, but shaping it. It becomes smoother, louder. Jiraiya watches and mutters, "Minato, what the hell did you leave behind?" Orochimaru is looking in glee. The boy may not be as talented as Sasuke in his mind, but he was interesting, and he had an interesting technique. The fight ends with Orochimaru and Kabuto retreating, Naruto winning the bet, and Tsunade returning and becoming Hokage. Naruto returns from the Tsunade arc with Rasengan and Wind Mastery. Sasuke watches Naruto casually start doing things that seemed like Jonin movement. And Sasuke snaps. It wasn't just Itachi anymore. Now it's Naruto too. Sasuke feels the universe is laughing at him. And this triggers the rooftop fight, Rasengan versus Chidori. But this time, Naruto's Rasengan is wrapped in controlled wind. Sasuke's Chidori is sharp but unstable. They almost clash, but Kakashi stops them. The explosion on the water tank is even worse than canon. Even though Kakashi stops it, he realizes if this continues, Sasuke is going to destroy himself, chasing Naruto and Itachi, and limit his own growth. Whatever the Kekkei Genkai Naruto had, it was lethal, too much for Sasuke to handle, at least for the time being. The Sound 4 arrive, and Sasuke leaves after a brief scuffle with them, because he loses overwhelmingly, and Naruto chases after them, with Team Shikamaru being assembled. The retrieval squad consisted of Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji, Neji, and Kiba, the same basic structure. The Sound 4 try and stop the teams from getting to Sasuke, and they end up splitting off like usual. Choji fights Jirobo, Neji still fights Kidomaru, Kiba still fights Sakon and Udon, and Shikamaru still fights Tayuya. Naruto has a brief fight with Kimimaru, the Bone Kekkei Genkai user. It proved a small challenge, but Naruto seemed to have the edge. Lee then appeared and tells Naruto that he will handle it. After all, he's healed from his injuries after Tsunade had come back to the village. Naruto finally reaches Sasuke as usual in the Valley of the End. And in this timeline, Naruto is so much stronger. Sasuke has the curse mark and talent, but Naruto has crushed that before with Neji, and he was willing to do it again to Sasuke. Sasuke starts talking about cutting bonds, and Naruto argues back. But this time, Naruto's not just pleading, he's angry, because Sasuke leaving feels like betrayal. He'd already been abandoned by everyone in his whole life, and he refused to be abandoned again by his own teammates. They fight without exchanging any more words. Sasuke's Sharingan flared red, and Naruto's wind responded by concentrating itself. Very quickly, Sasuke's body became covered with the curse mark, his strength skyrocketing. Sasuke lands hits with the Sharingan prediction, and the curse mark's raw power, his Sharingan even evolving. Naruto's ultimate defense was still too weak to block everything. But Naruto's wind makes clean hits hard. They hurt for sure, but it would hurt so much more if he was hit directly without the wind's protection. Naruto uses wind to alter Sasuke's attack trajectories mid-air, never allowing him to hit him properly. And then he'd counter with a brutal attack. It was becoming clear Naruto was overwhelming Sasuke completely. Sasuke charges a Chidori and runs at Naruto, but Naruto uses a wind burst to dodge it. Summoning clones, he flanked Sasuke from both sides to force openings and land devastating punches into Sasuke's face. Trembling, Sasuke stands up, and the curse mark begins to glow red, and changes Sasuke's entire body. His skin turns a dark blue, and what looks like a huge wing of flesh sprouted out of his back. It was the level 2 curse mark. Naruto flared his chakra in response, and the wind and his chakra mix into something terrifying. It wasn't as powerful as when he used the Nine Tails chakra, but Naruto's blue chakra exuded strength, and the wind spiraled around him like a cyclone. Sasuke tries to overpower Naruto, but he's countered. The two charge up their signature jutsu, and they clash. However, this time, Naruto's Rasengan, wind-wrapped, wins the push. Sasuke gets blasted back, bleeding. His arm had been shredded from the Rasengan's power, and you could see the bones sticking out. He lay on the surface of the water, and Naruto calmly walked over. He threw another brutal punch at Sasuke's stomach, leaving him half unconscious. Naruto stood over him, panting. He'd used far more chakra than he'd expected, and he felt lightheaded. Then Naruto began to feel the fury setting in, and in a moment's weakness, he allowed the Nine Tails to let his chakra seep through him. And out of nowhere, Naruto is attacked, and his wind barrier catches the weapon in place, the wind slowly turning crimson, and it threw the kunai back with killing intent. Naruto turns to see Kabuto standing there, his anger reaching its tipping point. He was wrestling with the Nine Tails for control back. He didn't want to use this vital chakra. Kabuto, how dare you think you can take Sasuke? I won't let you. And in a blur of motion, Naruto tries to attack Kabuto, a new Rasengan ready. But the man dodged, easily stabbing several senbon into Naruto's arm. It won't work a second time, Naruto. Just because you got me when I was tired does not mean we are equals. Then Kabuto hits Naruto with the chakra-enhanced punch, overcoming the wind barrier due to Naruto's depleted chakra and him trying to stop Kurama's chakra from taking over his mind. His ribs are crushed, and his lung gets punctured. Kabuto watched as the blonde dropped unconscious. Lord Orochimaru wants you alive, but he doesn't have a use for you yet. Be good, Naruto. I'm sure we will meet again. Back in the Leaf, Naruto is crushed in the hospital. Tsunade is furious. How could this happen? The moment she came into the office. That damn Uchiha going rogue. Naruto is in a terrible state when he returned, only just healed now. Kakashi is silent, seemingly with no excuse. Currently, Naruto was standing on the Hokage monument, the wind tugging at his jacket. He whispers to himself, I wasn't strong enough. And for the first time, the wind doesn't come for him. It trembled. Was it anger or disappointment? Perhaps even both. Jiraiya approached Naruto. You've got talent, more than I do, but you're raw, and the people that you inevitably face in the future, they aren't going to care for that. Naruto clenches his fist. I'll get stronger, and Jiraiya smirks. Good, because you're coming with me. Naruto turns fast. What? Where? He asks. Jiraiya explains that the Akatsuki are moving, and they're an organization that are hunting those with a tailed beast. Sasuke, is with Orochimaru, and Naruto needs to learn to control the Nine Tails and the wind he has. Naruto looks down at his hands, then at the village, and then out into the dark. His wind swirls around him like a cloak one more time, and Naruto nods. "Alright, I'll come with you." "Pack your stuff, we leave at sunrise," Jiraiya says. Naruto leaves the village with Jiraiya the next day. And that's truly when Naruto begins the journey that will turn him into a weapon or a protector, depending on what path he chooses.